Hello everyone. In this video we will be discussing working with an agile board in the backlog view. Now this is the backlog view of the sprint board for the sample Scrum project. You can see the labeling of backlog here. Right off the top we can search the backlog for key text if we wanted to. We can type a particular issue key. We can also filter by assignees. Or we can see unassigned issues. We can click only My Issues quick filter as we did in the active sprint board. We can see recently updated issues, and we can clear all these filters to see them all. First thing we'll see here at the top is the active sprint, sample sprint 2. Here you will see the same issues that were on the board except in a list view instead of the tiled board view. We see the issue types to the left, the summary of the issue, what version or epoch an issue is in, the assignees, the issue key, priority, as well as the story points for issues that have story points. Here we can see a breakdown per assignee, how many story points and issues they have assigned to them. And we can click these three dots here to see a breakdown as well. Workload by assignee. At the top here where the numbers are, we can see there are 3 of 14 story points not started status, 5 of 14 story points in progress, and 6 of 14 story points in done. Here we have the option to edit the sprint or delete the sprint. You only have these types of options if you have the manage sprints permission. Same goes for creating a sprint, which you can, and it'll create just a new empty sprint here with a new number, sample sprint 3, no issues in it, and it created it between the backlog and the active sprint. If we were to create another one, it'll just create another one below, etc. Here we can try deleting a sprint, but first let's do move up, because you can actually switch the sprint positions, move the sprint down, etc. But right now we'll delete this extra one. We can move issues into the newly created sprint by dragging and dropping. We can also right click and choose, see it says send to the active sprints, sample sprint 2, or send to sample sprint 3. We can move issues by right clicking to the top of the backlog or the bottom of the backlog. We can copy the issue link if we want to open it in a new tab or share it with someone. We can delete the issue from here. We can add a flag to the issue as we've seen previously inside the issue detail video. We can split an issue, which will create a clone somewhat. So we can see test split issue. We can split, and all it does is create the test split issue with a new issue key, the next corresponding key. It puts it in the same version. If we click on the one we just split, we can see that there is estimation of bugs description, a pretty long description here, and it copied the same description. So it makes pretty much a clone of it. This too Clicking an issue to the left reveals the issue details on the right, which can be edited and modified at will. We close here and take a look at this versions area on the left. This will expand the versions panel. So we can see some issues are inside versions already, version 2, version 3. If we wanted to put an issue inside a version, we simply drag as well. As we can see, it gets highlighted and the issue will become part of the version. If we drag it to issues without versions, it should remove the version from it. As we can see, we can add one more time to version 2, this bug, and then we move it to issues without version, we can see it gets removed. Now we can also open this epics panel, a separate panel, close versions, or have both of them open at the same time. As you can see, closing is as simple as clicking the X, versions, X, epics, X. Let's take a look at the epics here. As we can see, some of them are inside epics, another test epic, one more epic to test, and they're represented by these colors here, purple, pink. So I don't see anything in the yellow epic, test epic 2, so let's add it by dragging, same as the versions. When you see it highlighted, let it go, and it assigns test epic 2 to the issue. Same goes if we want to remove an issue from an epic. Let's say we want to remove this one from another test epic. We drag it to issues without epic, SSPA14, and it removed it from that epic. Top right, we can share this backlog view with a team member or team. Copy the link and share it. Here, if you have administrator privileges or board administrator privileges, you will see these 3 dots to the right, and they will include board settings. The 3 dots may appear without administrator, just maybe not with all these options. You can hide certain menus, create board, show the detail view, which will always display an issue to the right, hide the detail view. That's the same as clicking on an issue. You can show and hide the versions and epics panels from here, and print cards if you want to visualize it somewhere on a diagram or actually print it out on paper for presentation, put it in a presentation program. But yes, you can print them. Well, that concludes this video on working with Agile boards in the backlog view. I hope after this you are a little bit more familiar with the backlog view in Jira. Thank you.